Yes, it is the voice of Onewheel hanging out with you on a Wednesday afternoon, 12 noon here on the East Coast, 9 a.m. on the West. And we're just so glad that you're all over the world. We've got Vitaly Borisov, who is in New Zealand, always tuning in. Fabooz in France. Vince in the Netherlands. Shout out to everybody all over the world, including my friend and yours, Matt LaBelle. What's up, Belly? How we doing, bud?
Don't forget Enyo in Belgium, not
Enyo
Berlin.
in Berlin.
Luch dog.
What's up, Enyo? And we got Lyle, of course, in the garage. Lyle, hello, sir.
What's up, everybody?
Good to see you
How's
as
it
always.
going?
We got the beanie. I know. What do you call that hat? Do you call it a beanie like I do, or is that wrong?
It's a beanie, and it's cold in the garage this morning or this afternoon. It's still cold.
Have you ever... Social Media Lounge, good morning, hello, and how are you? I want to know if you've ever heard that hat be called a toboggan. That's what they call it in the South, and it's weird, man.
Florida people call it toboggan or something,
It's
right?
a thing. It's a toboggan.
You know why? You know why? Because a toboggan is a sled for most of us, a very specific kind of sled, but they don't get to sled down there.
No.
So they don't know what sleds are. South of, the Mason-Dixon line, unfortunately. They don't even get to sled. They only get to surf. So
I'm guessing sledding won't get you far from crocodiles or alligators either.
There's not crocodiles all over the South. There are places that are very much on the border,
That's 'cause
like
there's no
North
snow.
Carolina, who calls it toboggan for some reason. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I've got Belly. I've got Lyle.
Stocking hat in Southern VA from the social
Shut
media.
up.
line. Let's throw another name in the ring. It could be.
Did you call it a stocking hat?
Yeah, stocking hat.
I've never heard that. Is that real?
Hey, it's real.
Supposedly in Southern Virginia, according to Belly's people.
Pipe it in the social media lounge. What
Beanies
else?
in the Midwest.
What else have you seen that hat be called? I've always called it a beanie. I want to get to something today because, and we've got CJ Maxwell from Lemonade Float Co. He's going to join us here in a little bit as well. Of course, that takes no introduction. We'll have him on in just a bit.
One of our sponsors from the giveaway show.
One of many. And man, it was fun. That was such a good time. If you won something, I'll get it to you. It's coming. We've had some things happening since then. It's really a lot to put together to make that all happen. So I know if you've gotten a prize, I'm in the process of getting you connected to your vendor. So don't worry about it. That is coming, and congratulations. But I got to tell you, I mean, I showed a little clip there of Clyde and I running around on the one wheel, and he's not big enough, Belly. He can't do Super Murph yet.
No.
Okay.
Just put him on your front foot pad, and then you don't have to worry about
He's too big for that.
disabling.
We're in the in-between phase now. He's too big to sit on the foot pad, even if I had a fender, and he's too small to hurdle it. So what I've realized is that this dog, first of all, you'll notice this.
He's pint size is what you're saying.
He's pint sized, but he's got the energy of an XR. Okay?
There you go.
Because he's part terrier and part dachshund.
Growler.
I mean, dude, he just runs, man, for days. And if I don't get him outside and run him around forever, he's a terror in here. You saw it on the live stream. You guys saw it. He chewed through my thing in like 2 seconds.
He took us out for a little while.
Took us out, nuked us.
Took out a camera and a keyboard. He's a pro.
Staying true to the bit, as Belly said.
Damn it, Clyde. So I decided I would get him used to, at a very young age, riding around on the one wheel, just next to me with it. Now, first of all, I'm getting a lot of weird looks from people who are older folks, and they're not seemingly appreciative. I thought everybody would be like, ooh, that's adorable. No. A lot of the older folks are like that kind of face, like, that's mean. Like I'm not dragging him. He's wagging his tail. He's having a blast. He's sprinting next to me. So it's weird that I got that response. So just be ready for that if that's something that you're going to try. But this is go ahead.
You need to run that energy out of him.
Dude,
so he can sleep good.
It's the greatest dog accessory ever made. If you have it's unbelievable. I can't run faster than Clyde can. There's no way. I do it. I tried to. I took him in the dog park. I can't sprint. He's like jogging next to me when I'm sprinting, and he's like, really? This is all you got? I'm on like gear 3, you know? I'm like on a one wheel. I can clock him now. He's 14 miles an hour. Dude's moving.
He's a speed demon.
He's a speed demon, Belly, and I can't do that running. So now we just go into the grass, and he loves grass just as much as I do. We just run around, and it is awesome, man. Like, I just wanted to show, like, how much this is, you know, how great this is for a dog owner. I mean, if this is just a day in the park.
Hey, the social media lounge says haters gonna hate. Just be cautious of the paw on pads. We use musher pads, balm every time they run.
Paw on, yeah. So I try really hard not to run him on concrete. I appreciate you saying that because I'm very conscious about that. And I'm glad that you said that. I thought I was crazy, but I was like, you know, it's probably not good to just be murdering concrete. Like, it doesn't feel good on my bare feet. Am I right?
You're right.
So, yeah, we really try to stick to grass. But what is this social media lounge, Belly? What do they have? What product do I need to endorse and probably get?
Paw balm to, like, soften up their paws for the get it ready for being on pads if they're going to be on your foot pads. Keeps them comfortable.
Oh, that won't be happening, but will it work on my feet?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure it will.
Okay,
You're
very
gonna
good.
need it.
So, what else is the Onewheel improving? It is improved. I've had dogs my whole life, and I hate walking dogs. It's something that I just don't enjoy. Now, walking Clyde is fun. He's an easy walk. That's one check in the why would you get a small dog? But, like, that's why. That's one good reason. Many reasons why you wouldn't. But I gotta say, this has made. I mean, I have a Onewheel buddy now. He basically runs next to me. It's amazing. So, what else has the Onewheel improved? I mean, lawn mowing, I've seen. What else? I want to play this game. I want to just go around the circle. Quick thoughts. Bam, Belly. What else does it improve? Go.
Walking, period.
Okay, it improves your life if you need to get from here to there. That's good. Lyle, what else you got?
Just a companionship, you know. You're out there with your buddy cruising.
You guys are you're taking easy answers here. I want, like...
That's the real answer. I mean, you got your buddy. I can see the way you and Clyde interact, and then now you're out floating.
Beer runs, if you want a fun answer.
Just awesome. Beer runs are good, Belly. Thank you for
That's from the
interrupting
Wheel
me.
Slip Detective, social media lounge.
But,
Beer
you know,
runs.
watching the two of you interact with each other is like, oh man, this is a different side of Adam. You know, it's awesome. So you're out there doing something you totally enjoy, floating, and you're with your little dude, and it probably got to be just amazing experience.
It is cool to be able to bring him with me. So yes, that is very nice, Lyle.
Drinking ocean spray.
Drinking ocean spray, sure. That's another thing you'd be good at. It definitely improves that for Canadian Dave here. What else do you have? Come on, keep piping it in. I know, like, obviously for me with the wedding, loading in stuff, taking it all across back and forth. I talked about that the lengths here on the show. That's amazing. Belly, could you implement the Onewheel in bartending?
Not a chance.
What do you mean? Bringing stuff out to the patio? Come on.
Yeah, there's too many drunk people around, and drunk people step in the way of things.
It sounds like a you problem.
I'd be cutting a lot of ankles.
Drunk people have liquid courage, and they're like, "What's that? I want on now."
Trays are hard. Trays are hard enough to carry. Now you want me to balance on a board too?
All right.
Tell you what, be good for.
I mean, you did good dancing on the Onewheel.
Hey,
so who knows what else you can do on it?
Dancing. Do we want to get into that for a second? Can we talk about that for a second?
What?
The whole. I mean, do you want to do that? We don't have to do that.
No. Stoke up.
Stoke up. All right. Let me ask the social media lunch. Belly, I'm not going to look. You tell me what they say. Do you want us to get real with you, or do you want us to just always provide you with Stoke even when we're pissed off about something? And I'm fine with that. A or B? A, we get real with you and tell you what we're pissed off about. B, we don't, and we just sit here and stoke out. I'm fine with doing the latter. That's fine. But there are other things that are happening. I feel like it lends credibility to the show when we're not always, rah-rah. Who wants to talk to somebody who's always in a good mood? That person's lame.
They want, let's be real, real AF, real talk, A.
And a sup, Vince.
What is with the Future Motion Let's Do a Dance contest? Like, are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding me, guys? What are we doing here? Like, I am just kidding. Sick and tired of things that are happening creatively in the community.
Where you want to go.
Yeah. Come on, man.
What song are they using?
I mean, Lyle, do you want to just catch the people up and just help them out on the backstory here?
Well, yeah. So we did a thing, dance contest via the weekly Onewheel challenge, and to an original song
made by CJ, who's coming on today, by the way.
CJ was coming on today, and by Adam. He laid down a little beat and threw out another challenge that says, "Hey, if you've got something you want to throw down on this, let's go for it." Through some clever production, you know, we got this awesome little tidbit of a song, and it's 1 or 2 verses maybe, and just something that we're trying to grow on. I know some other lyrics came in, so we're trying to work on that too.
Yep.
But yeah, so back in, I think it was August, Adam posted this Onewheel dance contest. Some of the kids got involved in it.
Yeah, we got to show that vid.
I will get that from Germ Davis. Keep going, Lyle. You're killing it.
And then,
Presh, give it to Presh, please. It's not even. That's not. I was like talking about
we
Presh.
Got the pleasure of meeting Precious, who's at Presh Moves on Instagram, and we built a great relationship with her. And her and Andrew put together this awesome collaboration video, and in it announces, "Hey, how about a dance contest?" No more than a week later, our buddies at Future Motion promotes via their social media this cute little girl.
I mean, look. I'm showing the video right now, Lyle. I know you guys can't see it, but we did this in August, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's infuriating when you see that, and I know they know that because I know that Presh is she's in the mainstream right now. She's kind of where I felt that Dean Botten was. Not for the same reasons, but Bella, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a one-wheeler right now, you know who Presh is.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, she's got the TikTok going, the Instagram. She's rocking it.
So when we saw that dance thing come in, and they were just like, yeah, should we do a dance off? And we're just like, who was it? Which one of you sent that to me? Was it Belly?
It was me out of frustration.
One of you, I remember sending that to me, and I was just like, I laughed. I actually laughed. I was like, man, really? Really? We're doing
dance battles. We should have a dance battle, right?
That was Jerm Davis's kids, by the way.
Jeremy Davis, yes.
Yeah.
They did a great job. They killed it. They have the better moves for sure than most.
Yeah, well, yours were great too. Yours are on there. If you want to know what we're talking about, just go over to the weekly Onewheel Challenges group. And honestly, that's a private group, so it's possible they didn't see that. But I mean, I just thought it was crazy because it's right after Presh did it, and then Andrew jumped on and did the whole collaboration dance with Presh, and was like, we did it on the show, and like, come on, man, like.
So what's the next idea that we want to?
I'm chewing my words there. So what is the next idea that we want to pump to them? What do you guys? Let's just put it through us, and then we'll just go ahead and take it, and they'll do whatever they want with it, and it'll get 80,000 views, and we'll sit here with our 1,000. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, because
absolutely.
Have you guys ever heard that saying? I look at all this stuff all the time. I do research, and there's like a saying that like all you need is your 1,000. If you can get like 1,000 people that are like diehard, that's really what you need to kind of boost yourself into the next stratosphere. And I just feel that's where we are. I really do. I just love the amount of the group of people that we have here who come and tune in to this show. Man, it's heartwarming to see the note that we got from Enyo, who was just telling us. Now we gave him a hard time, obviously the only way that we know how. After he wrote us this extremely heartfelt thing, and he's going through this hard time, and he found our show, and went back and binged every single one of them, and it's just been the way that he's been getting through and putting a smile on his face. And like, I hope you realize that's why we do what we do here. That's why we don't take things seriously. Like, it's very easy to go down that road of what we just did and do 10 minutes of frustration, but we would prefer the Stoke. It's just, I cannot ignore when blatant things happen, Lyle and Belly. I will not, and I will not run from them.
Dallas and Amy throw out a couple of zingers, stealing ideas since they started, which is kind of true. Because
Future motion.
Not.
Stealing ideas established
Great idea.
in
Hey,
2007.
they're just listening to the community,
But
taking all the best ideas.
hey, did anybody see the wrestler roll out on the one wheel? I'm not a wrestling fan, but Dallas and Amy threw that out too, saying, "Whoa, one wheel."
Whoa, where's
Copy?
Yeah, where's Copy Invitation?
Because they did a wedding, like a wrestling wedding.
They love wrestling. They're big. Well, did you guys get a note from Vitaly on how he was one of our Patreon winners from the giveaway show on Wednesday last week? He the $100 really saved him.
Why?
Really saved him. Did you hear? So he sent me a message saying, "This morning, riding on a pier, I by accident rode over a guy's fishing rod. So I had to pay him $100 for the broke rod. To find out after the ride that I had won."
Belly's frozen. So to find out after the ride, you froze, but to find out after the ride that he got $100, he's happy?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Well,
all right.
No, he got the $100. You didn't hear the story?
Well, yeah, basically he broke somebody's fishing rod, and then he found out later on the way home after his ride that he won $100 and it evened out.
Yep.
Amazing. I mean, I'm so happy. That makes me very pleased because that was random and you don't know. You want them to appreciate it. It's, but we just really wanted to say thank you for being patrons. Anytime we do a giveaway, we do something extra for our patrons. So really just thank you for your support over there. It helps us get through these, not only these times, but it helps us to pay for some of the things that we do here when the cameras break and we have a backup keyboard ready to go. There's a reason for that, and it's you over at the Patreon page. So we really just can't say thanks enough. Otherwise, this stuff would just Clyde would be very easily susceptible to crushing everything that we do here immediately if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
You think Clyde drinks coffee now?
Clyde better not drink coffee. Somebody's calling me on the other line. I'm not having it.
Got another one wheel related story from this week.
Please, what do you got?
One of my buddies, he's visiting from California. He's from Southwest Virginia, down in Roanoke, and his friend that he was going to visit sends me this message at 11:30 at night on Monday night, saying, "Yo, I just found your buddy just told me about you doing the show for One Wheels. I've been looking at them. If I didn't just buy a nice mountain bike, this would have been the purchase. Is there any way to get demos out here in Southwest Virginia?" So I said, there's a small community down in Southwest Virginia. It's not huge, right? Because it's very broad of an area.
And what do they call their stupid hats?
I'm sorry, what? Oh,
Stocking hat.
They're stupid hats.
Right, stocking hats.
Another name for stocking hats and toboggans apparently are stupid hats.
Continue.
But so
ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing a stupid hat.
Sorry.
That area.
I love those hats, by the way. Belly, not to hijack your story. I wear those hats all the time and I love them. Lyle, I'm not making fun of you. I just hate how everybody calls them something different.
It's just funny. It's part of the world, right?
Now,
some people call soda pop and others call it just Cola.
Oh, don't start with me in Pittsburgh, all right? Don't even
Georgia
start.
just calls it Coke.
I don't even want to go with Pittsburgh. They're going to ruin the whole thing. Just like Boston.
Soda pop?
Yeah, popping it. That's our thing.
No, it's a Midwest.
So are you getting this guy a demo or what?
So I sent him a bunch of links for the community down there, the people he can get in some people he can get in contact with. There is a pseudo. I'm not sure if they're a full shop yet, but there is someone that is a one-wheel dealer down there as well in the Roanoke area, Christiansburg, Radford area. So I got him in contact with some of those people. I also invited him up anytime to come try it out.
Absolutely.
Because I told him it's definitely worth it. They're a lot of fun. And
where did you invite him to, Belly?
Huh?
Where did you invite him to? Just up here the
DC area. And I told him if you're ever in DC during a weekend, there's definitely most likely a demo going on because Bruce is doing them every single week out there with Javier and. Time out.
What?
I got another one. I got another thing that One Wheel improves. Just came to me. Dating. Doing it. Calling it, Belly.
You're just calling it?
What?
Dating. Yeah. It improves the dating life. 100%.
Any particular reason? How has it worked for you so far?
Well, I just feel like you would be more on board with this because am I crazy? First of all, it helps you weed out the people that you don't want to date. If you get somebody in front of a one wheel and they think it's weird, see ya. Out.
True.
Back of the line. First of all, phenomenal barometer. Second of all, in all honesty, to that extent, I do want to say that it improves things because you can get outside. It's so easy.
Tell us your secrets on how this.
Okay.
Tell us your
All right.
secrets.
Let's just back it up.
Social media lounge wants to know.
We're slowing things down today because
Are you
obviously
getting married or something?
you might realize that we don't have a group ride segment today. It's just me, Belly, and Lyle. We're keeping it chill. We're basically popping it with you, and we're having fun doing it. We reached out to a whole bunch of people and we tried to get a group ride together, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So here we are. But I kind of like that because it slows down a little bit. It just gives us a chance to discuss with you. It's hard to explain. How do you tell a new date that you ride one wheels? How do you tell a new date that you're this balls deep in a community of electric skateboarders? I mentioned to her that it was life-changing. She was like, life-changing? Yes! You don't get it! And so
You're not supposed to reveal how crazy you are on the first date, Luch.
I'm insane. I'm insane because everyone's like, ooh, so what do you do? What do you do for fun? I'm like, what am I gonna... The first thing I'm going to say is one-wheeling because that's what I do. And also, it makes you unique. Just like Andrew Stroh said, every interview that he ever went to with a one-wheel, he got the job. Because you're the guy that stands out.
It's the king of icebreakers. The social media lounge says one-wheel dates for couples are great.
Bang. Now, that's where I wanted to go because when you get into these whole, I don't know about all of you out there, but this whole Tinder life right now, all they're doing is populating it with fake models. It's just fake pictures because no one's traveling. No one's going and switching areas. So, like, after you swipe through a certain amount of people, like, there's nothing left. There's no new people. And so all it is just like, there's just no one on there. And then when you finally do match with somebody, it's so hard to be like, so what do you want to do? You want to go to you want to go out to dinner?
You show up to your date on a one wheel?
I'm saying, what a cool way to do something if you can be like, let's go for a bike walk. A bike ride. Let's show up. Have you shown up to a date on a one wheel?
I have.
Done. Tell us.
It's we met somewhere that was fairly close to the house. And it was just an easy ride over there. You know, it was a nice, breezy, like cool day. It was the perfect day for a ride. So why not? And someone in the social media lounge, I saw it and it makes me think about it because I do this all the time. I take my one wheel to bars and women flock to it.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's not just women. It's everyone flocks to it because they're like, what the heck is that? Tell me more about this thing. How does it work?
It's definitely an attention grabber.
And then my favorite phrase that I hear more often than anything else is, oh, I'd break every bone in my body, or oh, I'd bust my ass so hard, or oh, whatever. It's definitely one of those things.
But Belly, that subconsciously makes you look like somebody who is nimble and agile and athletic and wouldn't break their bones, right?
And I'm very nonchalant about it. I'm like, no, I'm someone with literally no. I'm someone with literally no experience on board sports at all. So I'm not gonna. I can do it. You can do it. I can show you how. Or it's easier than it looks.
So it's a great option for you to do something with a new date where you can be like, let's go for a bike ride, and then be like, oh, I don't have a bike. Well, I do have I have a Rad Mini, and then I can ride next to you on my one wheel. Just come over and we can do something fun. Like we can do that. Or, you know, it is, like I said, a barometer. Now, I have trouble mentioning two things to women on first dates. I have not been in many adult relationships in my life, but I have been on very many first dates. I am a first date whore. Been all over them. I don't like doing it. Like, I'm not actually having, like, relations, but I've just been on so many first dates. And I have a hard time telling people two things. How do you tell a girl you're a DJ when you're 36?
You're a wedding DJ.
It's hard, man. It doesn't help.
That's bull.
It doesn't help.
You're your own business.
I thought that would be cool, and people are like, oh wow, wineries every weekend. Oh, that's awesome. And you work for yourself, and you Monday through Friday kind of do your own thing. And no, it's you hear DJ, and like 4 out of 5 girls are just like, oh, cool, and like that's the last you'll hear. That's it. And I'm like, wow. It made me self-conscious, Belly. I started calling myself a wedding producer.
Wedding producer. Wow, you're changing your whole name up. Honestly, I don't like the apps.
I gotta be honest here.
Yeah.
When we would show up to weddings and it was a bigger production and stuff, and they'd say, "Oh, you guys are the DJs." I'm like, "No, we're the sound company."
Thank you.
It would just rub me the wrong way, and we're there solely for the bands, or sometimes they were big bands, sometimes they were just small bands.
But you're saying you weren't a DJ, and when they asked you if you were the DJ, you were like, no.
I'm like, nah.
Right? I am a DJ. I hate it. I'm like, I'm the DJ. Where do I set up? Oh God.
Where's my table?
But I'm really good at it. So...
Well, it's tough because it's one of those things where I think everyone for a hot second has thought I could be a DJ.
Of course, it's one of those things that everyone goes, "Oh, I could do that," and it's also one of those things where everyone.
Same with the bartender.
Sure, and it's also one of those things that a lot of like 17-year-olds to 25-year-olds get stuck in their parents' basement trying to be a DJ. And it's like, that's what you make fun of on TV. You know what I'm saying? And so I have a hard time saying that. I have to really do it with confidence. It's really like gone through a lot. I've gone through a lot to try to figure out a way to say that, yeah, I'm a wedding DJ, and not be like, yeah, so I'm one of the top-rated wedding DJs on the East Coast. Would you like to go for a drink? Because then you sound like an asshole. So where's the middle ground?
Tell her you're in radio.
That's even worse. That shit's dead.
I know.
That's dead. So, yeah, that's one thing that's tough for me to bring up on a first date. The other thing is the Onewheel, because it's not just that I ride one. I think that alone would be easy to say. Like, oh, yeah, check it out. Why don't you Google it? Like, you see these things? They're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We dedicate how much time to this thing?
I like to use the Vince Lucido approach to everything now. It's come in with the energy that you're supposed to be there, and it's gonna feel like you're there. So come in with the energy that it's a job. That's the job you love doing. Come in with a passionate energy, and there's gonna be some people out there that are gonna be drawn to it. So
okay, act as if you belong is what you're saying.
Oh, no acting. Be there. Expect to be there.
Very much.
I'm just saying.
So
I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Come with that high energy for it, and people out there are going to actually be passionate about it too. So.
All right, well, let's do something. I want to play this for you guys one more time. This is somebody who was passionate about what they were doing, and Belly's right. If you act like you're supposed to be there, then people are going to act as if you should be there. And if you act like you're awkward and, oh, man, I'm a DJ. Oh, I ride a Onewheel. Well, then, yeah, they're going to get up before the check comes. So, you know what? Do what you do and do it strong. We're going to play this for you. This is CJ Maxwell. He did this on, this was months ago. But he'll join us in just a minute, right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Cut ties with the coast, get a post ride. 2 girls, 1 wheel, let's race, no waves, what we be carving. My Stoke be steady, starving. Board low, so let me charge it. Nose up, got around to the verse. Shit seem fine, that I'm sure of. Climb that hill, bonk that rock. Yes, them pines do sure stop. These things fancy, please don't pass me. I'm now broke, shit cost to guap. I'm coming up fast, Fanny pack up on my ass. Switch to the whisper, shh, don't make a sound. Mission got my feet parallel to the ground. Change up the fender, change up the rail. Keep up the focus, float it or fail. Bodie for Sheezy like Jeezy, he real. Bodie the reason I stepped on the wheel. Bored in the house, bored. Charge anywhere, just don't forget the cord.
Lemonade Float Co. giving you all the good stuff. That's CJ Maxwell, who runs that ish over there. He joins us now. CJ, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
Dude, how long did it take you to write that?
How long did that take me to write that?
It's probably one of these
I'd say maybe
that
like
just happens.
Within an hour.
Yeah. Okay. This guy, fantastic. Okay. So you've been doing this for a while now, right?
Yeah. So I've been making music for a while. So my brother got me into it at a young age, and then I caught on to the rap, and then from the rap it was R&B, and then now it's turning into something. I don't even know what I'm making anymore, but always something different. That's for sure.
Jack Black was on Saturday Night Live, and he replaced Morgan Wallen, who I got to DJ for last year. Morgan Wallen was seen kissing a girl on like TikTok or something, and they last minute had to pull him because of COVID stuff. They are actually at Saturday Night Live. They are casting every single audience member to make sure that nobody has COVID. They're paying everyone, right? So Jack Black was on there and was the replacement, and people are calling him the guitarist of our time. Would you agree with that statement?
The guitarist of our time?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, if not the guitarist of our time, one of them, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but the Pick of Destiny and Tenacious D and Hole.
Did I say Jack Black? Time out. Did I say Jack Black?
Yes, you did. And I'm
Wrong color.
White?
Wrong color. Jack White, please. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
I was wondering why Belly was like laughing. I'm like, that's not a ridiculous statement.
I'm trying to keep it in, going like, where's Adam going with this? But I'm like, all right, this is far enough.
Yo, I'm not a huge Jack White fan, so.
But thank you, CJ, for not like, trying to blast.
Wait a minute.
What the hell are you talking about?
I love Jack Black as much as the next guy. So yeah, I'm all on CJ's team on this one.
You guys would rather have Jack Black than Jack White as guitarist of our era? What? That's ridiculous.
Make Jack Black the guitarist of our era. Let's go.
That's ridiculous. Oh, you've lost all credibility, Belly.
You've lost that credibility, all right?
So who are your, we'll get into Lemonade and all that in a second, but who are your musical influences? Who did you grow up listening to, CJ?
Oh man, so my brother, right? My brother was a huge musical influence for me, and I'll reference it in some of my music, that he kind of put me on in a sense, and, made me kind of helped me to fall in love with the industry. But I would say, man, it's so hard nowadays. And dude, like, I don't know, I'm 30, and stuff. So it's like music nowadays is a lot different than it was when I was in high school or, out of high school banging, Lil Wayne and, music like that. It was kind of, one laned in a sense. Now it's like we have all this huge, vast, genres of music now. Dude, I wouldn't even know who to say.
All right. Let's.
I like Chromeo. I don't know if y'all know who Chromeo is, but I like Chromeo.
I got to check that out then. This is what we're going to do. Belly and Lyle, get ready. We're just going to throw bands at him, and he's just going to say yes or no. Okay? So we're just going to go around. Lyle, you're next. Belly, you're after him. CJ, 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Lyle?
Creed.
Luch abused us before the show today.
With arms wide open!
I feel like if I say no, I'm going to get beat up, bro.
I'm letting you know, this son of a bitch, he put it on and said, hang on, I got to go change shirt. And then he hit play and he walked away. And we're like, damn it. And if I muted Belly too, so we couldn't have a conversation. It was just a nightmare, man. I was like living in a nightmare.
Belly, do you have a band for him?
Yeah, let's see. The Kanye West graduation album.
Yeah, all day, right? Kanye, dude. Come on, Yeezy, bro.
Okay.
All day.
That's an easy one.
Social Media Lounge, pump it in for him if you want to give him a yes or no on an artist. Feel free. Hanson. How about Hanson? Mbop.
Hanson, you can't go wrong with Hanson.
Yeah, I had a feeling. All right. What do you got, Belly?
Yeah.
What do I got?
No, somebody just jumped in there. I'm sorry, I cut him off.
No, you're good.
All right, well then let's get to
surprised by the pulls you're getting. Like, where are you just grabbing, boom.
I'm feeling it today, man. I told you it's a different vibe. I don't have as many people. When there's 5 or 6 people.
Oh, Luch knows this person, Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky, yes or no?
Yes, on Lil Dicky. Yes.
Dave.
Yes,
absolutely.
Lil Dicky.
By the way, Clyde's rap name is Lil Cheesy. By the way, just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh wow.
He's already got something in the works, so I wanted to establish that before anybody goes any further. So why are there lemons on your table? What is this? What's going on with you, sir?
So look, we had to set the scene, right? And then we got these from Lyle. Lyle's buddy made us these, so we're thinking about using these as like a maybe 1st, 2nd, and 3rd trophies or something for some lemonade race or something like that, Some.
I dig
But
them.
Look sick.
These are sick, yeah.
But why lemons, man? People talk about
Okay,
lemons as if they're
yeah.
bad things. Like, you're not a lemon. You're a shining star in the community. So what's going on here?
So a lemon could be purchasing something and then it kind of not quite turn out as it should have. But so the lemons in this case are more so in, you know, taking lemons and making lemonade. So I think the name just kind of came naturally. And then the mission statement just kind of followed right behind that. We wanted to do something to where we could give back to the community. We went to FloatLife Fest 3 and got to see other companies and stuff. And we were like, well, nobody's really pushing the philanthropy, you know, type company. So we're going to try and, you know, kind of hone in on that and just really push that and see if the people like it. And, you know, so far we've been doing okay. You know, we're trying to innovate, you know, and create and stay ahead of the curve. And you've got, you know, AJ and Kyle with one, you know, with Wheel Fun Stuff. You've got, you know, the float, like you got Rachel and Jeff, you know, who are basically, you know, like Ren said, royalty in the Onewheel community. So being able to keep up with these people who have not only been in since the very beginning, but have been, you know, leading the community and, you know, innovating for the community. I knew it was going to take some not only time, but some money and, you know, a lot of freaking stoke to keep up with those guys. So that's what we're planning on doing, man. We're planning on, you know, competing with the best of the best. And, you know, we're hoping to start doing some sponsorships here soon. We've been having a lot of people ask us, you know, over the past year to kind of get that going. We wanted to wait for the right time. So we've got some huge things dropping in the next couple of months for you guys. And we're really excited to show y'all, you know, what we're here to do and how we're going to keep up with the best of the best.
Well, we're really appreciative of you supporting the treasure game that we did, and obviously, you know, you threw in so much for us. And the $100 went to Presh randomly for winning that ridiculously hard. Do you know that you sponsored the hardest game possible? Did you end up seeing that?
No,
Dude,
no.
do you want to? Should we give him a chance to play his own game? Lyle and Belly, take over while I set this up. Tell him about this game that he sponsored.
So there was this nearly impossible game that you needed to tell Adam when to stop and match.
Oh yeah, okay, I saw that. And he dropped the thing.
Right.
No, not the donut. Not dropping the donut.
Not the donuts, but you have to match 3 matching pumpkins on the screen. You know, and you have to say stop.
Okay.
But you know, there's just this.
It's not fun,
delay.
dude.
There's this delay that happens with technology. Then you add Adam into the mix, and you have a bigger delay.
Hey!
And it just, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna play it with him right now. So let's see if I can do this.
Sure.
I have to launch. God, this is clunky. So I go there, and then I go over to my man here and share it. Everyone, just hang tight. Here it comes, so he can see this. You can see it now, right?
I got it. I'm here.
Okay, now you have to match 2 out of 3. So tell me when to stop each one of them. Go ahead.
Stop. Oh. Stop.
No?
Oh.
Nope.
Oh no, that's not good, right? Yeah. Stop.
He's got 2! He's got 2! 2 out of 3. So yes, he would be a winner. But this wasn't...
You, sir, have won a Lemonade Float Co t-shirt.
The music.
So, yes. Now, what...
It's going to get stuck in your head.
You're welcome, everybody. Now, what we did there, all right, that's doable. But to get the $100, you had to get 3 in a row. And she got all 3. Bam, bam, bam. All 3. $100 from you. And so just wanted to say thanks a lot for doing that. Look at this crappy music out of the way. But no, dude, that was really fun. And I guess, would you consider yourself a Onewheel? Would you consider yourself a content creator?
Yeah, so definitely, right? You know, I'm always, I have a full-time job as well. You know, I run a custom closet company with my father. So this is my, you know, I guess you could say my hustle, right? My side hustle. It's becoming more, you know, every day. But I'm a content creator in the sense of that I'm always thinking about how to, create content for the Onewheel community, and people have come at me trying to, move into e-skate as well, and I just really want to be, only Onewheel stuff. Am I opposed to, eventually adapting something e-skate worthy? Yeah, of course. And that community is great as well. But I want to solely focus Lemonade Float Co. on one-wheeling and one-wheeling only. So all the content you see from us will only be one-wheel related. Nothing against e-skating. I e-skated before, creating Lemonade Float Co., which is what led me to the Onewheel community, as well as a lot of other riders. So, I'm working with the best of content creators as well. We've got Alex, down here in Austin, who's just a crazy, crazy filmographer. And I call him that more so than a videographer because, this guy makes film. He actually just shot a music video for us a couple weeks ago with actors and actresses and extras and the whole 9 yards. And the guy's never shot a music video before. And he just sent us the first edit a couple days ago, and it was mind blowing.
We're gonna premiere that on this show, right? We'll come back on here and we'll get you on here. We'll premiere that on here. So hey, well, if that's the case, you consider yourself a creator. We sure do, right. And there's a lot of people out here who consider themselves as well. What would you say the biggest downfall, the biggest challenge of doing that is? Oh
my gosh, is innovating and creating, right? It's you're once again going back to the FloatLife, we're pretty much just trying to copy them in a lot of ways, in the best ways. Truly, that's what everybody does, right? That's, we want to be transparent, and stuff. And, just talking about getting sponsored riders, we want to compete, with the FloatLife. And I want to get these one-wheelers coming out of the woodworks, and I want to sponsor them, and I want to kick the FloatLife's butt at competitions and stuff, so that's the lane, and it's funny, we could all laugh at that right now because of the, of how they dominate the sport with Bodie and, Lige and, all their riders. My gosh, they're all considered professional one-wheelers, and it shows in the content that they create, so us making this big move and starting to sponsor pro riders is going to be a big deal. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun creating content with the FloatLife in this sort of, head-to-head, fun competition, because there's nobody really doing that with them right now.
You're not alone, my friend. No. Don't you wait. We're coming into the game. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Chris, first of all, Lyle, I need you. Can we help us with this?
What?
This is what we're going to do. I would like for us to, first of all, I love that CJ. I love that you're doing that.
Future motion on him and steal someone else's idea.
No. Now, I don't know if people remember. We had Chris Richardson as our quote unquote sponsored rider. We fixed his board once. Like, he didn't get much out of it, but he was on our squad. We named him as our senior captain rider. And I want nothing more than to host. We don't have to put together the team. But Lyle, I want to make a festival by the end of the year. Can you get on that?
No problem.
Because I want I want people to be able to compete with their teams, and I want.
Are you writing this down?
I'm not kidding. Like, this needs.
Well, I will say that there is a competition that is coming to the DMV area that a lot of riders are trying to put together.
But I want to put music behind it. I want Lyle and I to put the music and the audio, the AV behind it, because between me and Lyle, am I right? We will make that insane.
Easy.
His face is like, easy. We'll talk about this after the show. Sure. But how do
just the logistics involved, that's where my head goes. But
that's what I'm going to ask you guys. Where can we go in probably in the winter, right? So maybe like it's going to have to be Southern California or something like that. But where can we do something where we can, I don't know, man. I want TTR Studios to throw a festival. That's what I'm putting it out in the universe. And at that festival, CJ will compete and hopefully blow minds as he crosses the finish line, maybe even before the FloatLife Fest team. CJ, will you be there?
Or any of the riders on the Lemonade Float Co team. that is the concept that I think CJ is trying to push there.
Will you ride on your own team,
I mean,
CJ?
you have all these shops also that have sponsored riders that they take care of, fixing their board, sending them equipment.
Yeah, man. So
I'm gonna say right off the bat, you know, Stoke Blokes Wheel Shop. There's a couple of sponsored riders that we have.
Yes.
One is Vince Vaughn, and one is John Capono Carter in Hawaii.
Right.
We send them. They have an allowance essentially.
So do we do
their physical location?
So do we? I'm sorry, Brett. Get in here, dude. Because CJ, get in here.
Yeah, no, it's the real deal, man. So I mean, all of us can play, you know, with the sport, and you can start these, you know, little companies, you know, on Instagram and stuff, and you know, you can start pushing some stuff and make some T-shirts. But I'm telling you what, man, this is just me. You guys don't have to agree with me, but I personally think that this sport, you know, will be on ESPN one day. And, you know, whether we're riding one wheels or wheel ones or whatever the heck the board is at that time, I really think that the sport is going to grow, and there's going to be big companies that come in and start, you know, sponsoring real riders, and people eventually will get paid, you know, to ride one wheels for a living. I would,
what kind of competitions do you foresee? Like a horse game or
no? But see, I talked to
some of the ideas from Belly's people is like asphalt racing.
Yeah, man.
Chair racing, Rocket League.
Look at other sports, you know, at other sports, you know, and you can just kind of go off of that, you know. I mean, snowboarding and, you know, skateboarding, I think it will follow, you know, pretty close in line with skateboarding as far as competitions and stuff like that. But I mean, you need certain arenas for us to, you know, do tricks on, right? We can't do tricks on everything.
No. So this is where I'm going to go with this. I talked to a lawyer and I said, how do we get this on ESPN? How would this what's the path that this needs to go for it to get onto something that level? And they said, well, you need to start with regional competitions. You know, the reason that you see, what is that? Oh God, with the bean bags that you throw. Well, God, what's the name? Cornhole. Thank you. Yeah. When you see cornhole on ESPN2 or whatever, the reason of that is because there's regional competitions and a whole league and a whole infrastructure set up. So we have to be that.
Yeah. I mean, look at Race for the Rails. I don't know if y'all watched that live, but I mean, I had my wife there. She's not a huge, you know, one wheeler or anything like that. She's, you know, has her own one wheel and she's currently pregnant. So that's probably why I'm saying she's not a huge one wheeler right now. But if she wasn't, she'd be shredding. But, you know, I mean, we're all up, we're screaming, you know, when Jamie, you know, came in front of, you know, then and there, you know, it was just like, oh,
it was crazy.
You know, it was, you know, we're on our feet, you know, screaming. Yep. So, you know, you take that energy and times, you know, whatever it may be, I really think that we have the potential here. So anyways, I'm talking about these small companies coming in and stuff like that. It's like, you know, if it's not going to be Lemonade Flowco, it's going to be somebody else.
Well, so here's what we do. And I think we give an opportunity for other companies and for yourself and for the bigger ones as well. We've got, I think COVID has taught us a lot of things, right? And one of those things is that we can do a lot more. We don't all have to be right next to each other. So you're right. It would suck to have to build, you know, to start a sport. Why doesn't the NFL, for example, widen the field as everyone's getting bigger, stronger, faster? Because what are you going to do? You're going to change every field in America?
Right.
I mean, that's a pretty big undertaking, right? And so that's why you don't see sports change their fields very often, because it's kind of set. So that doesn't have to be us. We don't have to build one-wheel arenas. We can do it virtually. We can set up a list of, what if we were to sponsor and get all of the companies involved? I'm sure we could get a really decent amount of money and throw challenges out there. Go ahead.
Well, really, it's the next step in what should be one of the big next steps in one of Future Motion's plans coming up, because the regional competitions would be huge, right? Because then you could culminate it into a giant event like Race for the Rail. And Future Motion really needs to be the one that says, we want to take the sport to the next level to the community.
Right, but
I know it's not what everyone wants to hear all the time, but they're the ones with the attention, with the notice, with everything that's going on. I mean, the first time that I ever felt like this could be on ESPN was at FloatLife Fest 3 when I'm watching those dual slalom races. I mean, the tricks competition too was something you could definitely catch as well. But when you're watching the dual slalom, with how close a lot of those races were, with how fast people were coming down,
it was awesome.
With how much energy the crowd had, where it's not just like 10 people watching this. There's 300 riders that went to the event are all standing on the sidelines during these last semifinals, finals races.
Intense.
And watching like some of the best stuff we've ever seen on Onewheels. And that's the moment where I was like, this is something that could 100% be on ESPN, whatever, number one, if it wanted to.
Belly, the whole theme of today is that, yeah, of course Future Motion should be doing this, but they're going to hear about it through our show.
Right.
So we're floating it out there.
Competition. That's how they should really start moving Race for the Rail forward. Is we're going to have qualified racers come out here, but we're going to go to we're going to go on like a 12 city, 10, 15 city tour, where we'll go to Chicago and Boston and DC and Miami and Austin and anywhere around, just to create a regional champions that can all come together. I mean, imagine an event where all of a sudden California, which has represented 95% of the riders in Race for the Rail this year,
it would be amazing.
Now only send maybe 2 riders, and now we're getting nationwide. And then you could even start somehow qualifying world riders out there, or riders from outside the U.S. can come and compete in regional competitions.
A lot of stuff happening here. So let's get CJ out of here. CJ, thank you for joining us, man. I'm really just glad you could join us today. It was fun. I hope you come back. You're always welcome.
Yeah, man. I will definitely be back, man. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all's time, and I'll see you guys soon, man.
Where can people find you, dude? Shout out your stuff.
Instagram at LemonadeFloco, and LemonadeFloco.com, and same thing with Facebook, Facebook.com/LemonadeFloco.
Boom. CJ Maxwell,
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, bud. We'll see you next time.
Later, guys. I love y'all, man. Thank you, guys.
Later, dude. All right. Good stuff, CJ. Thank you, man. It's always fun to talk to him. I was realizing when Jamie Juchter told me, hey, it was the first time we talked to him on that Saturday Float Addicts store opening, I couldn't believe it. And I was like, man, I got to start reaching out to people who, like Belly, there are so many people that like are friends. And I haven't really realized, we haven't really gotten them on the show. We got to be getting more people on the show. I don't want to just fall into the same people every now and then. So is there anybody that has caught your eye that you might want to get on a future show? What do you think, man? Oh, hold on. Let me get you. Go ahead.
Onewheel and Dylan out on Instagram, doing all kinds of tricks out there. Really interesting cat. First time I'd ever really seen him was the giveaway show. I'd seen 1 or 2 of his videos.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
He's definitely an interesting guy that I would want to know more about how he's getting into Onewheel, and really could probably go to some of these events. I know he went to the most recent FloatLife Fest and compete in trick competitions and really threaten for a place up there at the podium.
He did some crazy gap jumps. Did you see those videos?
I have some pictures that I could show you guys, but I did want to. Yeah, Lyle, let's mark that down. Dylan, Onewheel and Dylan, is that who we're getting?
On it.
And then Social Media Lounge, if there's anybody that you would like to see on the show coming up in the next couple weeks, why don't you just shoot us a little note in the Social Media Lounge. Let us know. Belly will talk to the bouncer in there, and we'll get it on there, and we'll make sure we get them on the show. Because I want to make sure that we don't just do who we want to talk to. There's a whole lot of people. I don't get on Reddit at all. Lyle, there's a whole group of people on Reddit I'm sure we could talk to.
Yep.
Is there? I mean, do you know? Is there somebody off the top of your head that you're just like, oh, actually, yeah, that person would be great?
Kind of ironically, a lot of the people that were more social on Reddit, that would interact, are the ones on Instagram as well.
Shocker. Oh man,
who uses Facebook anymore?
I don't, dude. So listen, I really don't think that we need to wait for Future Motion to do this, because they're not gonna do it well. If they're gonna do it, I don't think they're gonna do the right way. They're just gonna we could do this. Let me take that back. It's not they're not gonna do it well. They did Race for the Rail really well.
I think it's gonna have to be a collaboration.
I think so. But Belly, I think let's say we get us and 5 other sponsors in there, and we get $5,000 as the prize, right? And you make it competitions that you can set up so that you can videotape yourself doing them. So if you do them on a basketball court, that's something that's standard across the country, just like we've always set up on the weekly Onewheel challenges, man. Personally, I think it's going to go down one way. It's
all these regional competitions are going to start. Like the StokeLife Fest here in DC. We've already got things going on in Austin
Texas.
and Boston and all over Texas,
Okay.
Florida.
Texas
People are
has a whole
doing
circuit,
these
the
regional
torque
races
circuit.
now. All it takes is a little collaboration between the community to really bring. All right, like let's create a Super Bowl event. Like,
Yeah.
one of the problems with Race for FloatLife Fest 3, with how many people were there, was the qualification route. Like, just to qualify for the race, right? You could sign up. They had, I think, somewhere in the range of like 200 riders sign up for qualifying for race.
But that's where you
race day.
have a whole set of pre-races that lead up to that weekend. Like it's a whole like
That's
2
what I'm
months
talking
long.
about.
Yeah, it's
So
got to be a
that's what it
2 month
creates.
long. Like a Little League World Series isn't just all the teams in Little League, right? They had to battle their asses to get to the part that you see.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we
every
can really
region
do.
Sends their top 3 riders.
Do
and
that
those
part-
Riders are now going to be the riders that you're going to see in the dual slalom race. At
Correct.
FloatLife Fest.
But do that.
Something to pump up, and that happens. Then 1 year later, Future Motion's doing it for Race for.
We can do that through video, is what I'm trying to say. We can do that part without having everybody to get together. We can say, the top 3 and the whatever challenge that we do. We can start setting up what, Belly? I feel good about this. What do you have?
Oh, I'm just saying you do need a lot of collaboration between the communities.
He's got no
create
faith in
the
me.
One big event to create the one big event that makes it all worth it, right?
Where do you do it? And it's got to be like a year out because I got to book this thing outside of the wedding. So where do you do this? FloatLife Fest 4?
I mean, we know it's one of the biggest community events that's ever been for the Onewheel community. People come from all over the world to go to it. I think it's absolutely one of the best places for it.
All right, so let's set the date for FloatLife Fest 4 because I got some free time in October
After
next year.
talking to Justin, of course.
Justin, well, maybe we'll get him on the show too. We've got a minute and a half to get you guys out of here. I'm so glad you could join us, but Belly, say goodbye to the peeps, man, because we are outie.
Guys, love you. Great talking to you in the social media lounge. Great ideas coming from contests we should do outside of the regular races. Paintball, horse, Rocket League, mod comp, chair racing.
Yes!
I'm all for that. And some dodgeball too, if you want to throw that in there.
Lyle, get out of here. What do we got for the people?
Well, again, just thank you to everyone who supports us via the Patreon page. A lot of this, none of this could happen without you guys. So thank you very much. A personal thanks to Dwight, the artist that created that and sent that over to CJ. I never even saw them. It was just a cool thing. Tiki Commander on Instagram. Welcome back, everybody. We love you. Thank you.
www.patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC is where you can support the squad, join Clyde's Army. You can get the Patrons Only podcast, which we do. It's the show about this show. It's a lot of fun. If you like today, you'll love that. We got to go, folks. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Aloha.